Hey girl, welcome back. Okay, so today is really exciting. Make sure that you like and subscribe right now because I'm going to be walking you through over the next couple of months, each week, step by step, how to rewire your brain and your body for weight loss so that you can be feeling really freaking good in your body. Because one of the things that really messes women up when they are wanting to lose weight and feel better is the old habit. And it's not just the old habits of, eating the donuts at work or, maybe drinking too many frappuccinos or something like that. But really, it has a lot to do with the negative self-talk. Now, how you know if you have negative self-talk, one of the ways to understand that is if you've ever looked back at a picture of yourself and you thought to yourself, oh man, I remember how uncomfortable I was in my body, but damn, I looked good. I was young and I was fit and I was healthy, and I wish that I could be that weight right now. I wish that I could go back to that little girl and say, don't stress on it so much. Don't worry about it. Like, you're fine. You're beautiful. Just enjoy your life. If you can relate to that at all, you probably have some negative self-talk that is keeping you in the cycle of dieting and frustration over and over again. And I want to break that for you right now, right here, today. Let's break it. Let's get rid of it, because there are some things in your mind that have been linked together that do not belong together. I often tell a story of when I was a child. My mom was about 100 pounds overweight, and she got her jaw wired shut one time to try and lose weight. She was like very desperate to try and control it. And there wasn't a lot of talk back then. I mean, that was 30, 40 years ago, about mindset and really getting your mind right and having some softness around the negative self-talk. It was just about get the weight off and then you'll feel better. And we were on vacation one time. We were having a pillow fight, and one of the pillows busted open. One of those little feathers got caught in her throat. And I remember her running to the bathroom, and she was trying to breathe and trying to get the water in, but she had her jaw wired shut, and it was just craziness. And I was just a little girl, and I remember asking her, totally confused, Mom, why is this so important? Why do you care so much about losing weight? Why? And she just looked at me and she said, well, honey, your father doesn't like fat women. And at that point, I connected some things in my mind that do not go together. And I know that a lot of women have done this as well, that somehow our body shape and our body size makes us either lovable or unlovable. That is not accurate. That is not true. That is a linking of two things that do not belong together. And then our habits and our behaviors then proceed from that. And it's no wonder that I struggled with weight. I struggled with body image. I struggled with negative self-talk and dieting and yo-yo and all over the place. It makes sense if you backtrack to where these messages were placed. And the thing is, as we go through life, ladies, we're taught what to think. How we should look, how we should act, what a good girl does, what a good wife does, what a good sister does, what a good, all of these things, which is nice, well-intentioned people. But nobody ever taught you how to think, how to use your mind, how to link things together in your mind that actually go together, that are actually beneficial for your life and your health, and to unlink things if they have been linked in your past and you don't want them linked anymore. So that is what hypnosis is all about. That is what hypnotherapy, the way that I was trained, is all about. And I want to teach it to you because it changed my life. It changed my relationship with myself, my negative self-talk, my body, my relationship with food. Everything changed when I learned this technique that I'm about to share with you. It's called Mind Link. All right, so let's get into it. First thing that we want to do is we want to be able to identify one of the negative thoughts that we want to change, that we want to link to opportunity and possibility for us, not the eating and feeling bad about ourselves and going down that train and that road. We want to create some possibilities and opportunities for change. So some of the negative self-talk that's super common for those of us that have struggled with our weight is the thinking, oh, well, I screwed up today. I might as well eat what I want, and I'll start again tomorrow. I'll be a good girl tomorrow. Now, That kind of negative self-talk can be so automatic and feel so real and so right that we continue on with the behavior of eating whatever we quote want, and then pushing off and procrastinating and putting off until tomorrow the actions that we want to actually take for our health and our vitality, the things that are going to make us feel really good. So that negative self-talk is a cycle that keeps a lot of women stuck and frustrated, and it can be super depressing. I mean, that's one of those really depressing things where it's like you end up eating something and then you go into this depression of like, oh my God, I screwed up. I can never do this. What's wrong with me? I have no willpower. Oh, well, who cares? It doesn't really matter. I'll start again tomorrow. That train of thought is a disaster. You want to kick that in the butt right now and create some opportunities for change for yourself. So let's go with that negative self-talk right now. So as we access that negative self-talk, you want to think about the way that it feels. And it's awful, right? I mean, it's totally blah. It feels bad in the mind. It feels bad in the gut. It feels bad in the heart area. It just is totally awful. So that's the first thing. Is I know that we want to like kind of run away from that, but you have to identify it and really name it and claim it and own it as like, yeah, that's something that I want to change. So maybe you want to write some of these things down. If it resonates with you, then go with it. If it's something different kind of self-talk, then go with that as well. But oftentimes the self-talk is internal. It makes us feel bad. Our shoulders kind of close in. We protect our heart naturally. That's like the depressed state. The head goes down. And it's like, it's a very emotional and frustrating and like inward kind of experience. We're going in for the answers and for the solutions, and we're not really finding a lot of comfort there, but it is a natural tendency to go in, and that's a depressed state. That's a negative self-talk. And now the opposite is also true. We want to remember that our physiology, so our physical body and our psychology, our mood and our emotions, our thinking, are dynamically linked together. So we can either use our thinking to go into a negative, into a different state, and or we can use our body to come up out of a negative state. So even just rolling your shoulders back and rolling your chin upward and giving your body and your chest some space to breathe, actually breathing in deeply and allowing the oxygen to fill your body and to fill your system, it clears the mind. And what we want to do now is we want to think of what the exact opposite of that feeling and state would be. And as we begin to move our body and we look upwards instead of downwards, we're looking up into possibility, into our creativity. This incredible gift that you've been given when you were born is to think beyond your present circumstances, to think and to imagine something different, something better, something grander, something kinder for yourself. And as you begin to move your body and move your mind and move your eyes, this is an important part of the process I'm teaching you. Move your eyes upward and begin to imagine that there are now three doors of opportunity and possibility. And that new feeling is invigoration, it's clarity, it's purpose, it's the opposite of that depressed, negative state is freedom and flexibility. It's feeling confident and secure. It's magnificent. It is so much better. It is so much better. Now, if you're just sitting on your couch watching this right now like this, I highly recommend that you do the physical activity with me as I'm rolling my shoulders back and I'm rolling my chin upward and I'm creating some more space and I'm taking in a deep breath and my eyes are looking upward and I'm thinking about a positive state of being. I highly recommend that you do this. This is going to be the difference for you. This is not a thought exercise. This is a mind and body experience because words don't really teach. You have to experience it. I can talk to you, chat out the side of my neck all day long, but you're not really going to get the relief that you're looking for unless you get up out of your chair and you do the work. This is the work. You have to get your mind and your body involved in all of it if you want the benefits. So we get up, we get out, we roll our shoulders back, we take in a deep breath, we look up, and there's doorways of possibility. Now, as you are imagining walking through one of the doorways, it's an action, it's a behavior, it's something that you can do that is different than what you were doing before. or it's something that you know benefits you, that allows you to feel that vibrancy, that connection with life, that connection with all that is good and right and uplifting and vital in your life. So one of the things that really does that for me is my dog. You probably have a similar experience. You probably have a pet or a loved one that really just it allows you to know that like life is still worth living, right? There's a reason to get up in the morning. And walking my dog is one of those reasons. I don't always want to do it, but I am always glad that I did. And so for me, walking through that doorway and just having my shoulders rolled back and my eyes rolled up, and in my mind, I'm imagining the next time that I feel that depressed, frustrated, oh my God, I did it again feeling, to roll my shoulders back, walk through that doorway and go on a beautiful walk with my dog. And just, dogs are so fun because they're just always in alignment. They're always happy. They're always ready to experience the day as it is. They don't bring the past with them like we do. They're not frustrated and disappointed by yesterday. They don't give a shit if you gain 5 pounds or 10 or 50. They just love you. And they're just happy to be outside. And that energy is invigorating for my soul and my system. So that's doorway number 1 for me. So as I come back out of doorway number 1, and I take a deep breath, and now I want to imagine that I'm going through a doorway number 2. Now this is going to be another. This is going to be different. This is creating possibility and opportunity, options for us in our life. This is how we take back control of our own mind and begin to realize that we do have options. Because I'll tell you, and it often feels like there are no options. At the time, it feels like this is the only way that it is. This is the way that it's always going to be. Somehow something magically different is going to happen tomorrow. I'm going to somehow have motivation and willpower, but today I just can't do it. And then we end up in that cycle over and over and over again, not really making any changes. So this is your opportunity to really create some change. Roll your shoulders back again. Imagine that you're looking up and you see a second doorway. Now this second doorway for me is going to be my food prep already done. Like I don't need to go through the whole process of having to go to the grocery store and make a list and actually do the cooking. I'm going straight into it where I feel absolutely invigorated by the sense and feeling that I've taken the time to prep for myself, that self-care that is involved with actually making sure that I don't have to, in the moment, figure out what I'm going to eat for that meal or for that day or even for the next couple of days, that I've really taken the time to prepare a solid foundation for myself in terms of food. That feels really good to me. And that's totally different than, I'll deal with it tomorrow when I have a food hangover and I'm pissed off at myself. So I want to go all the way there to the feeling, and I just allow my shoulders to roll back and my eyes roll upward, and it feels so good. So as I come out of doorway number 2 and I take a deep breath again, we're now going to go through doorway number 3. Now, as I roll my shoulders back again, right, it's like we're invigorating ourselves. So the next time that we feel that frustration, that disappointment, that negative self-talk, instantly and automatically we roll our shoulders back and we look upward into the possibilities that are available for us. Doorway number 3 is going to be the fun one. Right? And we all want fun. I mean, you got to go wild. You got to go way beyond food prep and taking the dog for a walk. You got to go like past the imagination where you just sell everything, right? Forget it all and move to the moon or move to Jamaica or whatever it is. Just something wild and free, like go and, ride roller coasters or jump out of an airplane or something that you've always wanted to do, or maybe that you would never really do, but just as a fun exercise to really allow the mind to expand beyond the possibilities that we thought were possible for us into something way out there. And then as we come out of doorway number 3, there's just a different vibe. It's a different feeling. We have expanded our awareness. We have moved some energy so that now we have opportunities and possibilities that may be somewhere between door number 1 and door number 3 There is a happy middle ground. Now our mind is open to a new experience. Now, the next time that we feel that frustration, that disappointment, that all or nothing mentality, that diet crap, where we have this negative self-talk, feels like it's moving in on us. Now, all you have to do is to roll your shoulders back, to roll your eyes upward and see doorways of possibility and opportunity, and move through each one as you take a deep breath and you allow yourself the opportunity to take back control of your own mind, of your own thinking. You totally can do this. And the more that you practice this, what's going to happen is it's going to start to happen automatically. It's going to start to happen subconsciously, meaning you don't need to actively participate in the rolling your eyes up and doing the each one and each doorway and going through that. You do that a few times. In fact, think to yourself right now, how many times in your future are you going to need to actually implement this process at a time when you feel negative self-talk coming in on you, to know that you're building a habit of success, that you're no longer stuck to the old patterns of the past? Is it 1 time, 2, 3 times, 5, 50? Would it need to happen several times over the course of the next couple of weeks? Whatever the number is, go ahead and take a moment, pause this, and run through that process as many times as you need to solidify this process in your mind, to make sure that you have everything that you need to be successful, because you are a powerful woman beyond measure. It is immeasurable. The fact that you deserve to feel good in your body and to be happy and healthy and free, it is just a truth. And I love you so much. I would love to know your experience, your thoughts, where you felt the freedom, where you still feel stuck. Let me know in the comments. Schedule your free consultation with me so that we can make sure that you get everything that you need to be successful in dropping the weight from your mind, releasing it from your shoulders, removing it from your heart, and dissolving it from your body once and for all. All right, I love you so much. I hope you're having a great day. Make sure that you subscribe, that you like, that you comment, and I'll see you soon. Bye.